This GameFront walkthrough is brought to you by Danger Dad, Pixel, X Prime Mental, Pelagius, Adrian Tepesh, and Benjamin Green. Welcome to the 25th anniversary of the Sims video with Danny and James from GameFront. We've just pulled out of the archives the original Sims before even Sims 1. It was originally titled Little Computer People, and it was originally published by Activision.
And it originally had nothing to do with The Sims, so let's just put that out there.
Danny, he's going to talk all about truths. I'm going to talk all about feelings. And I feel like this was the first Sims. Now, I can't wait to get back in and actually play real official Sims titled games soon to celebrate, because I'm a big Sims fan. But this was the first Sims game I played, and I probably played it back in 1985 when it first came out. One thing I don't know is if Danny figured out how to get the sound in the game. Probably not, right?
I think there will be sound. I just strongly believe there isn't any at the moment because...
because you haven't entered the time of day. You should enter the time of day.
And
you should enter the time of day for me. Because
which time of day would you like?
I would like it to be 11:45 a.m.
45. Oh, I have to do 11 colon?
They don't make it easy on you back then. I'm surprised I was able to figure out this part of the game when I was a kid.
11:45
space AM. Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Now we've got some beeps and boops. Here we go.
Oh, nice. I don't know if it's always been
It's you. It's you.
I didn't know.
It's
oh
you.
my god, it does look like me.
It's Punket! It's you and Punket!
Oh, it's going so slow. What's wrong with it?
I don't know. I think this is just how it is. Why is it you and Punket? Oh my god!
It is me and Punker. So I don't know. Is there like a speed that you can control? Because this is definitely, it usually in my memory was fast, like Call of Duty, like Activision Call of Duty speed. This is insane.
Unless there's
sometimes in emulators you can make it go in like turbo mode or slow mode. But what do you think that's something that
I don't know how to control this emulator.
That's fair. That's
fair. He was pressing what the fuck?
Yeah, what were you? Is he talking?
Is this correct? Is it supposed to do this?
Well, I don't hear any of the sound because I don't think you shared the audio,
but
that's okay.
It's horrific, man. It's just like boo.
I mean, this is from 1985, and they were trying to emulate voices. Even when you would play a pinball machine, and the voices like that would come through a pinball machine back then would sound, you'd think, amazing, but they were very digitized.
James, how did you get that menu up?
How did you get that menu up?
How did you get the emulator menu up when you were trying it?
Oh, I probably hit escape. Maybe I clicked on the screen with my mouse.
Okay, so you don't remember.
Maybe we take a pause in the recording and figure out how to control the menu.
Sure,
he's waving at you.
We'll be right back, folks. Right, folks, we figured it out. What we were trying to do is we were trying to emulate a Commodore 64 inside DOSBox inside a web browser. As it turns out, not the most efficient way to do that. So this is now an actual Commodore 64 emulator. Still inside a web browser, but whatever. The only downside to this version, although more accurate, is that we don't have James with the correct hair color. So
yeah, it's okay. It seems like, and I don't know how this works. 64 kilobits. What's happening? What's happening?
Sorry, I accidentally reloaded the tape. 64 kilobits, yes.
64 kilobits of RAM.
Hmm.
What is that? Now, before we got this video started, I was starting to ask Danny some questions, and I hate to put him on the spot for facts, but if this is 64 bits, isn't that better than Nintendo's 8-bit video games, but it looks worse than Mario. What's the story with the
Okay.
bits here?
So to answer your question to that is my understanding at least is that the Commodore 64, the 64 refers to 64 kilobytes of RAM, as in memory. So a bit like your computer has like probably 32 or 64 or whatever, right? So that's what that refers to. But when people say 8-bit, they're not talking about RAM. They're talking about the processor instruction set.
The audio is so good in this.
So my understanding of
Sorry,
that
go
is
ahead,
just
keep
like,
going.
oh well, I mean, there you are. It still looks a bit like it looks like you after you've gone old and grey, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting there. If you can see my chin hair, it's getting there.
Oh, is it really? Are they starting to show in?
Oh, there's a little bit, you
A
know.
little bit.
Luckily, it's not my mustache yet.
So yeah, I mean,
It's just like me.
he talks like you.
This is very nostalgic for me. That's exactly what they sounded like. It's awesome.
So all computers from this era, so like whether it's the Commodore 64 or it's like the Amstrad or an Amiga or whatever it is, right? Most of them had the exact same processor, which was the Motorola 68000. Which had
Motorola was making video game processors?
They were making computer processors. The fact that you played video games on them was incidental, but yeah,
everybody knows computers were made for video games, and anything else they can do is just bonus.
Do you want to know an absolutely wild fact about the Motorola 68000 CPU?
Yes.
When do you think they stopped making it?
Stopped making it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd imagine once they went from flip phones to smartphones.
Bear in mind that the Motorola 68000 is an 8-bit CPU, so it has an 8-bit register, and it was used in everything from the Sega Genesis to the Super Nintendo had one, like this had one, like almost everything had a Motorola 68000 in it at some point.
Really? I have never heard of it till today.
And do you know when they stopped
making it? When did they stop making it? No, I don't.
December last year.
Why? Did they at least were they making improvements to it?
Because they still sell it, but they sell a revised version of it, which is actually backwards compatible. So you can buy a 68000A processor today and install it in a Commodore 64, and it will still work. Like you can buy a brand new one off the factory line. The reason why they still make them is because they're used in industrial applications. So there are tons of like industrial systems that are they're just being used in all kinds of embedded like factory line robots and all kinds of things. But yeah, if you until last year you could buy an exact brand new Motorola 68000 CPU. You could buy a bag of them for like pennies. They were cheap.
Really?
Really good.
Crazy.
Yeah. There's not a lot of gameplay in this. What do I do?
Okay, there is some gameplay, but I'd like to read the instruction manual to you because the instructions are so... It says it was published in 1987, which is a surprise to me because I thought we just saw 85. Oh, and the picture says 85, 86, so I'm a little confused. But anyway, here's the instructions. We're happy to welcome you to the Activision Little Computer Research Group. As you may have read, we suspected for quite some time that there was something living inside most computers. We didn't know who, what, or how many there were. After years of research, hard work, and creative speculation, we invented what finally became the turning point in this arduous investigation, the old house on a disc. When our little computer person so tentatively entered his new home, it was an experience beyond explanation. You'll soon see what we mean. From that moment on, we have been collecting volumes of information on little computer people, what their personal habits are, what they like, what they don't like. We now believe that every single little computer person has its own LCP, and that every single computer has its LCP, and every LCP is unique in appearance and personality. That's why we've opened up this project to all interested computer owners. We also have strong evidence indication that there is actually several LPCs in every computer, but it seems that only one will reside in any given home. So, if you find enjoying caring for and observing your LCP, you may want to sign up to study others on your computer. The preceding guide is a compilation of what's currently known about providing for the LCP. Use it as a guideline and an outline, but remember, please experiment on your own. There are many questions that are unanswered, and only through the support and cooperation of people like yourself will we fully understand our newfound friends. Now, there's a whole bunch of instructions that I'm going to share generally how to control it, but at the very end is hilarious. Once you get past at the very bottom, it gives you a little like form to fill out, and it says the move-in date and time, what unusual activities you've seen, what they look like with hair and clothes, and then like a whole bunch of things about it. And then it says, remember to sign your deed of ownership and then mail it with any data, statistics, unusual findings, photographs, recordings to the Activision Little Computer People Research Group, P.O. Box 7287,
Wait.
Mountain View, California.
Are you telling me the gameplay of this game is that we just sit and watch it, take a photograph if anything strange happens, and then post it in the mail?
And then put it in the mail.
Is that?
I mean, that's crazy.
Wait, so
It's crazy. Your contribution to this monumental study of new human life forms is highly appreciated.
this is
Thanks again for your
this is a
interest.
screensaver, James, isn't it? This is what this is. It's a screensaver.
There are some controls, so let me give you the first thing. First, they're going to get unhappy if you don't feed them. So you're
How do
going to
I
want to
feed them?
hold the control button and
Hold
hit
the
the
control
F
button.
button to feed him. And food will be delivered to his front
Okay,
door.
well, I don't think that is the. Okay, we've got a. Okay, the Commodore button, and then what button? F for feed. Okay, then do I just press return?
I guess if that equals control, did that work? You might not be able to control it without two mice. Do you have an extra mouse? So if you can't use the control button, you can't do anything because all of the controls start with holding control.
Oh, there's
there's
control.
control.
Sorry, yeah. Okay, I've just pressed control F. That work?
Okay, so now he's going to go downstairs, hopefully.
No, he's going to watch TV, I think.
It's kind of like The Sims. You can give a lot of suggestions. He's knocking on the screen right now because he wants something.
Right, control F.
Oh, maybe that worked.
Well, he's
Man,
on his way down,
Maybe
maybe.
he's going down there. Oh, so you know what you could
No,
do?
He's going to bed.
You could hit Control W and it should fill up his water tank. Oh, I heard a little water effect. Yeah, do it again. Every time you hit W, it fills up one more cup of water. Can you move the keyboard so that we can see the screen, or is that not possible?
I wish I could. I can make it smaller and bigger.
Cool.
So I think that's the best I can do. What a terrible design. I can keep hold of control like that. So now if I... No, I can hear it beep when I press control. But
so now try F.
nothing happens when I press F.
Well, there should be food at his front door. So you can hit Control A to
What,
ring
like
the alarm
DoorDash?
clock. Like DoorDash. This is ahead of its time.
What year was this game came out? 1980.
It says 1987 is the last year that it came out.
And
but
they
the first
invented
year,
DoorDash?
I guess so.
I guess you
hit
could ring
Control
for a
A
pizza
and
back
give
then,
him an
but-
alarm clock.
Oh, we could do that. That worked. Control A works.
I don't know if we could turn it off without him, though.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
thank
it
God
turns off.
stopped. So why is Control F not working?
Well, you could do Control D to put dog food at the front door.
Okay, that worked. Are you sure it's Control F? Maybe it's something else.
I mean, that's definitely what I see, but maybe they changed it for this version.
One thing I
Maybe
would
it's like
say
Control
is that
E for food.
a lot of these manuals were notorious for being inaccurate or having typos.
Which
They
is
would-
what made the dawn of like the computer magazines of like Nintendo Power and
Dude, there is
Well,
some
not really.
fascinating stuff about this. Like, you'll probably notice if you look at the cover art of any game from this era, the cover art has nothing to do with the game. like
Mhm.
zero to do with the game. Similarly, like the manuals can just be just full of nonsense that have nothing to do with the game. Quite often, they would turn these games around so fast they would write the manual and do the cover art before they actually made the game. Like,
I mean,
this was the Wild West, man. Like, some of this stuff was just nonsense.
I would absolutely buy video games based on the cover, like, and the game quality would always be a surprise. But a lot of games, I was really mad because it sucked and it didn't look at all like it.
It had fuck
I
all to do with the
remember
cover. There is
the
a
He-Man video game.
Yeah.
There was a He-Man video game, and oh my god, the cover was great. That's as far as it went.
Okay, Control F is not doing anything. But yeah, you're right. If there's a fantastic I don't think it's actually on his channel, but if you Google like Ashen's video game covers, there's a guy on YouTube called Ashens who does like a talk about like inaccurate video game covers from the 80s, and they are fucking funny, man. Like, a lot of these covers have nothing to do with the game whatsoever. I didn't know you could play the piano, James.
You could hit Control P, and you should be able to pet him, and they like to be pet. I don't exactly understand how it's going to pet, because I don't remember.
Him or the dog?
Maybe he's going to sit in his chair, and you're going to pet him?
I don't want to heavy pet the man. I'll pet the dog.
I think
Okay.
he's going to sit in his chair and get pet by you, is what I think in my memory. But they love to be pet.
Control P doesn't seem to work.
Try it again. Oh,
Maybe,
yeah.
Oh, there you go. It works.
It just a hand came out and pet really quick.
Maybe some of these buttons only work in contextual situations. Like maybe Control F only works when he's in the kitchen. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe when he's hungry. So
when he's
sometimes another thing that you could do is leave a record at his front door with Control R.
He's left
He
the front
his
door open.
So we should just be able to see that there's a record there.
Do you know what this kind of reminds me of?
What?
It kind of reminds me of like the Tamagotchi from like in the
Yes, I love Tamagotchi also.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's just a little
But this is actually more sophisticated than a Tamagotchi. Like,
slightly.
You gotta admit, for 1985, this is pretty good. This is cutting edge. I remember believing that there was a little computer person in my computer.
Yeah, well, I mean,
where's the record player? Oh, there it is.
There it is. It's up on the top floor in his entertainment attic. This man is, you know what I mean? Like, he's doing all right for himself. He's got a nice sitting room, lovely big kitchen, 2 bedrooms. He's got an office. He's got a bathroom. He's got his little man cave up in the attic. He's doing all right for himself, man.
Yeah, and he's a pretty good piano player.
Why does he put his new record in and then plays?
Yeah.
Why? Go on then. What are the control chick video?
So here's pretty much the end of the fun. They like playing games, so you can play poker with them, but we're not going to do that.
That sounds like the only gameplay in the game. Why can we not play poker with him? Come on, man.
It just sounds boring. You can play war. You can play anagrams. Okay, here we go.
I've pressed Control P. Was that poker?
No, Control P is to pet him.
Oh. Okay.
It doesn't actually say.
Control G for gamble.
Oh, when he's knocking on the window, you type in the number of the game you want to play. 2 is anagrams, which is trying to unscrabble a word. 3 is 5-card poker. But you can just type. You can write a question, but you're supposed to write nicely. Say, please tell me, or this, or like you can please type a letter. So you can say, please type a letter to me.
Some of these keys don't work on my keyboard. It's really weird. Please type a letter
To me.
To me. Return. And then what does he do?
He's gonna write you a letter, I believe.
Wait, why is there a door in his attic? Where does that go? Does he just suicide dive out the window? Like, what's this? Why is there a secret room?
Maybe that's where the other kind of bathroom is. Like the bottom bathroom's the shower.
Oh, he's got en suites in his attic and in his bedroom. Man.
maybe he's gonna turn the record on.
No, he's done it. He's got it.
This is so bizarre. I can't believe we're playing this together. This is insane to me.
Have you got anything else interesting to show me on this before we wrap this up?
Well,
Because we've got Elden Ring
I think
to play.
just waiting for him to. No, this is better. No, everybody's going to agree this is better than Elden Ring.
You are on very thin ice, my pedigree chum.
Activision was, ahead of its time now. Elden Ring is just a clone.
Elden Ring is a...
Wait.
Okay.
Wait, did Activision make Elden Ring? No.
And on that low quality bait, I think it is time to end this video.
Oh, he's supposed to write a letter to you. Oh, he's not writing a letter. It's hard to control your sim sometimes, you know what I mean?
If people actually want to see more of this, please let us know in the comments.
We should do a whole series, 10 episodes, hour each. Danny and James playing little computer people.
I do want to go and revisit more retro stuff, but I think there is I think we've mined this well for everything that it contains. So let's just call it there.
That's fair.
Bye,
100 likes, you'll get another video. 100 likes.
100. If you get 100 views, I'll do you another video. 100 likes.